So what is it, Sheila?
I've got some disturbing news for you, Brooke.
What has Stephanie done now?
It's not Stephanie, it's Connor. I think you need to know what he's been up to.
Don't let me interrupt.
That's all right, Rich. So what were you saying about Connor?
This is really very private, Brooke.
Well, you can talk in front of Rich. So did he call? Is he going to take me out to dinner after all?
No. Look, this isn't easy for me.
Listen, I was just on my way out. Good night, ladies.
So what is it, Sheila?
Could we go to your office? I think we need a little privacy.
Thought you could use a cold one.
Oh, great.
Sorry the grill isn't ready. I've just been really busy, you know?
Oh, it's okay. So, how is the transition going over at Forrester?
Well, slow but sure.
Good.
Damn it, this grill is out again.
Can I help you?
No, thanks.
I'm awful handy around the grill. Well, just holler if you need me.
It's all right, Karen. Just enjoy your beer. I'll be with you in a minute.
Connor, is something wrong?
What do you mean?
Well, this isn't a good night to have me over, is it?
I'm sorry. I guess I have been a little distracted.
You want to talk about it?
I don't want to bore you.
Hey, you know what they say. Better bored than ignored.
Is that what they say?
Talk to Dr. Spencer. Come on, tell me all about your problems.
You sure?
Absolutely.
Brooke invited me to dinner tonight.
Oh, I see. And you turned her down?
Well, we had plans.
Well, you know what? I have the perfect solution.
What's that?
Why don't you give Brooke a call and invite her over for dinner?
You mean right now? What about you?
Hey, you know what? You and I can do this anytime. Really, I'm fine.
You really are a good friend.
Can I give you just one little bit of advice as a friend?
Yeah, sure.
Brooke turned down your proposal, so it might be better if you didn't make yourself too available to her.
Good point.
Well, I'm gonna get going. Good night.
No, don't go. And let's not talk about Brooke anymore tonight, okay? I have another topic of conversation in mind.
Really? And what is that?
You.
You're home earlier than usual.
Happy or disappointed?
Well, why don't you let me get back to you on that one?
Let me guess. You don't like the way Connor Davis recklessly threw his jaw against my fist?
I don't find that particularly funny.
Just trying to lighten the gloom, Doc.
I think you owe Connor an apology.
He's gonna get old waiting for it.
Rich, you know, if you stop and think about it, and I mean really think about it, it might occur to you that mending fences with Connor could be in your own best interest, not to mention the best interest of Forrester Creations.
I am not just gonna roll over here and watch him bring this company down. The guy's a major loser, and the sooner Brooke figures that out, the better.
All right, Sheila. Is this private enough for you?
Please don't be upset. This is difficult enough for me as it is.
If you have something to say about Connor, I wish you would just come right out and tell me what it is.
found something out about Connor.
Something you feel compelled to reveal to me.
I'm afraid so. But I don't feel very comfortable in telling on a fellow employee.
So why don't you get it off your chest, Sheila?
All right. Connor's seen another woman.
What?
I'm sorry to have to be the one to tell you, Brooke.
Sheila, that's the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard.
Do you think I would have told you if I weren't absolutely sure?
Connor is in love with me. He just proposed to me.
I know, which makes what he's doing behind your back that much more treacherous.
There is not a treacherous bone in his body. He's devoted to me, Sheila, which says more than a lot of men in my life.
Maybe you don't know him as well as you think you do, Brooke.
I know what this is all about. Connor threatens you. This is just one of your little plans to discredit him.
Well, with all due respect, you're wrong. Connor is cheating on you. He is using you. That's why he asked you to marry him. He's after your money.
Oh, I don't believe that for a second, Sheila.
I have proof.
Well, you better have proof. And that proof better hold up, because if it doesn't, you're out of a job. You hear me, Sheila?
Look, I wish none of this had happened. Please believe me, Brooke.
So who is she? Who is this woman that Connor's fooling around with? You're so damn sure of yourself, you must know her name. Tell me, Sheila. I want to know. Right now.
What would you like to know about me?
I don't know. Tell me what it was like growing up in the lap of luxury, the daughter of publishing mogul Bill Spencer.
Good question.
You mean you don't remember your own childhood?
No, on the contrary, I remember it very well. I'll never forget it. But I wasn't raised by my father.
Well, then what, I mean, who were you raised by?
You better hold on to your hat, because this is a wild story. You see, I was kidnapped at birth.
You're kidding.
No. No, as crazy as it sounds, I'm not kidding.
Tell me about it.
Well, I was taken from my parents' home in Chicago when I was a baby, and I was held for ransom. Only my parents learned later that the kidnappers never had any intention of returning me.
You don't mean...
Yeah. They were gonna kill me. After they got their money, of course. Lucky for me, one of the girlfriends of one of the kidnappers saved my life. Her name was Bonnie, and she escaped with me to Montana.
It's incredible.
Yeah, she was the only mother I ever really knew. Basically, we were on the run from town to town, and then we finally settled in this little dot on the map called Starlight, Texas.
So how did you end up back in L.A.?
Did I happen to mention that I have an identical twin sister?
Oh, man, this story gets better by the minute. Please, go on.
Well, I should say I had a twin sister. Her name was Caroline. But she passed away. And one day, this man who knew her came into the diner.
In Starlight.
Right. And when I took his order, he looked at me like he'd seen a ghost. He thought he was looking at Caroline. Anyway, you see, my mother had never told me the whole story about myself, so I learned it all from this guy, and he eventually brought me to Los Angeles.
Where you met your parents for the first time.
Well, my father. My mother, my biological mother, she passed away some time ago. It's so strange when I think about all the time that I lost. And I think about what my life might have been like. It's hard to know that I had a sister I was never able to meet. But I guess that's the way of destiny.
That is such an incredible story. And you lived it, Karen. You survived it. You triumphed in spite of it.
Well, don't have me dead and buried yet. You know, I'd like to think that I have a few more interesting chapters left in me.
No, I didn't mean it that way. I just meant that if it's true that we are the sum total of our experiences, you, my dear, are about as deep and as rich a human being as they come.
Ever stop to think that maybe you're wrong, Rich?
Wrong about Connor Davis? No way.
What if the company prospers?
It won't. Not under this current regime, it won't.
No, but what if it does? What then? I mean, if the new leadership proves to be beneficial to the company, what will you have to say about Connor then?
Whose side are you on here?
Oh, this isn't about taking sides, sweetheart.
And why are you defending Connor's actions?
That is not what I'm doing.
Sure sounds like it to me.
Okay, it might. Would you look at how angry you're getting?
What does it have to do with anything?
Well, anger makes it difficult for you to see things clearly.
Listen, as far as Davis is concerned, I've got 20/20 vision.
Oh, no, you don't. Anger destroys your judgment. That is what made you throw that punch.
Excuse me, dear, but I landed that punch.
Okay, and now you are going to have to deal with the consequences of landing that punch.
What consequences? It can't get any worse than it is.
Oh, believe me, it can. Brooke seems to have a knack for maximizing your discomfort.
No, that's Davis. He's manipulating Brooke. She's nothing but his puppet now.
He does seem to have a strong influence over her.
Look, Brooke's anger towards his family is completely blinding her to his true motives.
But she did turn down his marriage proposal. Maybe she's wising up.
No, the way she's been talking about him recently, she's still hearing wedding bells. She's got to start seeing him for the conniving rat that guy really is.
I can do better than give you a name, Brooke. What's that supposed to mean, Sheila? I can show you the woman that Connor's been seeing.
Show me?
Yes, I have a photograph. Right here.
Karen?
That's right, Brooke. Connor and Karen, the man that just proposed to you and your best friend in the world. And if that's not enough for you, take a look at this.
Well, you really are pretty handy around the grill, aren't you?
Honey, where I come from, barbecue is practically a religion.
So tell me about Starlight.
Oh, there's nothing to tell. It's just a little pit stop off the highway.
Big sky country, huh?
I believe you're thinking of Montana.
Oh, yeah.
But that's okay. Texas has a lot of open spaces, too. Oh, it was so great. You know, you could see for miles everywhere. It was really a free feeling. And at night, I mean, the sky was full of stars.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it was. You know, there's something about life there. I mean, it's uncomplicated. There's kind of a purity about it.
I've always wanted to live in a place like that.
You're kidding. You?
I tried to convince Brooke to come away with me to that kind of place.
But she wasn't interested.
Once a city girl, always a city girl. You know that.
Well, I can relate. I mean, I know that I'm always going to have the country in me.
I find that hard to believe. A woman like you, cultured and sophisticated.
Why, Mr. Connor Davis, you sure do know how to sweet-talk yourself into a girl's good graces.
I stand corrected. But you never went back.
No. I used to sit there in that diner, and I would look out the window and just watch the world flying right by me. Once I got the chance, I left, and I never looked back.
Time to move on, huh?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something. Starlight will always be with me. Right here.
How do I know Karen wrote this, Sheila?
Oh, she wrote it, believe me.
Well, I'm not so sure I believe it.
What about the photograph?
What about it? Is this supposed to constitute proof of unfaithfulness?
Well, maybe not proof, but it certainly is a red flag. I think it warrants further investigation.
I was right about you after all.
Oh, God, please believe me, Brooke.
This is all just a power move, stabbing Connor in the back so you can get a better position in Forrester.
Oh, don't be so sure about that.
Well, I'm more sure about it every minute.
He lied to you.
Oh, he did, huh?
He told you he'd be working late tonight. He's not working. He's at home this very minute with Karen.
That's ridiculous, Sheila. I don't believe it.
Oh, well, there's a way you can prove me wrong. We can drive out to Connor's house.
You're pretty damn sure of yourself, aren't you?
Look, I wished none of this had happened. Believe me.
All right, Sheila. We'll go out to Connor's house. But if you're wrong, and I know you are, it's over for you. Because you're going to be out of a job.
On one level, I do agree with you. But still,
And on another level,
if Connor's love for Brooke is genuine, how can we possibly begrudge another human being a chance for happiness?
why don't you just say what you really mean to say here?
What just came out of my mouth is exactly what I meant to say.
You're happy for Brooke?
Yes, she's finally found somebody to love.
Other than your husband?
Can you blame me?
No, Doc, I guess I can't. I guess I can't at all.
I have a confession to make.
What?
I really wasn't looking forward to tonight.
Oh, thank you. Well, what about now?
Now? I'm glad I told Brooke that little white lie.
And what little white lie did you tell her?
The one that freed me up to be with you tonight.
I think you better spare me the details.
You and Brooke, you're so different. There's a gentleness and a simplicity about you. You're so easy to be with.
Well, I'm glad you approve.
Shall we drink to starlight?
Sure. To starlight.
Sheila, this is ridiculous. I mean, Connor and Karen are two of my closest friends. They'd never do anything to betray me.
Shh. Get down. Look at, there's somebody out on the deck.
Oh. Oh, you know, I love this song. It brings back so many memories.
Shall we dance?
Sure, why not?
Why not?
There's nothing to see here, Sheila. I'm going back to the car.
Wait a minute. Give me a look at this. Look at this. You see that? There they are. Your two most trusted friends in the world, Brooke. Connor and Karen. I'm sorry. I really am sorry.